For weeks, city council meetings have been filled with tension as pro-Palestinian protesters urge city council members to pass a ceasefire resolution for the Israel-Hamas war. But Wednesday, it reached a boiling point.
And I hope one day somebody brings the guillotine and kills all of you motherfuckers.
That was a threat, what you said at the end, and so the officers are going to escort you out and take care of that.
After those words, 28-year-old Riddhi Patel was escorted out of the meeting and arrested by police. Last month, the city increased security measures at meetings, leaving many questioning the timing, including Patel.
You guys want to criminalize us with metal detectors? We'll see you at your house. We'll murder you.
So that was Riddhi Patel, 28, and she made violent murder threats during an unhinged 2-minute anti-Israel tirade at the Bakersfield Council meeting on Wednesday, that's in California. She faces 18 felony charges following her arrest, with 10 counts of threatening with intent to terrorize and 8 counts of threatening certain state officials, including the city council members and the mayor. She will remain in police custody on $2 million bond and is expected to appear in court next on April the 24th. I'm just confused as to what these people actually think the role of the local city council is. If she thinks they can influence a ceasefire in a region halfway across the world, she's pretty delusional. So anyway, now this whole thing is really ironic to me because she's obviously woke, she's obviously part of that mob, and they're the ones who are always trying to stop everyone else from having free speech because they say speech is violent. What is it they always say? Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences, right? But then she's happy to stand there and make death threats and expect no consequences. And now she's been arrested, and obviously I'm going to show you the video now. She's in court and she's crying, so not so tough anymore. Let's check it out.
A deputy public defender entered not guilty pleas on Patel's behalf to 8 counts of threatening a public official and 10 counts of making terroristic threats. She's due back in court later this month.
Patel completely proved their point that they need more security. I know, how ironic is that? You're there playing a victim, complaining that they have increased security, and then you go in there and make a death threat straight after that. Pretty insane stuff. You actually couldn't make it up. Imagine thinking the right to free speech includes making explicit threats of violence against specific individuals. Was she crying when she was threatening them, or only when she's playing the victim card, having been caught? You know, she practiced that speech like a dozen times in the mirror before she walked in there. She was so proud of herself. This is an interesting take. I think she was just being an emotional person and got carried away. Saying that she will go to someone's house and murder them is a pretty extreme form of getting carried away. Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling you, they closed down the whole street. Everyone has to walk to the airport. What are they doing?
You're being filmed on the fucking road! You don't understand! You're being filmed! You think I care? You're in the road! Please calm down! Please calm down! You're being filmed!
Just talk to them. Don't shove or anything. Just talk to them.
I'm not shoving anybody. I'm getting down the fucking road.
Police are here.
You just assaulted us. We just
Thank you. Free Palestine. Get me out of the road.
Here we have more woke activists, and this time they're blocking the Golden Gate Bridge. They've also done it in New York at the Brooklyn Bridge, which I'm about to show you. But yeah, it says pro-Palestinian protest basically blocks the Golden Gate Bridge, and they have forced the closure of San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge on Monday, causing hours of gridlock. Now, to me, if you're going to block traffic, that's not a protest, it's a criminal act. You should be sent to prison for maybe 1 or 2 years. That's what they need to introduce, but obviously this is California, and that's not going to happen because it's completely liberal. They like to protect criminals. In fact, the police are actually protecting them, which is ironic because I'm pretty sure the people protesting were the same people who would have been protesting to defund the police. So you've got the police protecting the people who want to defund them.
You can see dozens, potentially maybe even 100 or so of these anti-Israel protesters have gathered and are purposely trying to impede traffic there. Take a look on the left side of your screen. The Brooklyn Bridge has a pedestrian walkway. It looks like things are getting a little physical right now. It looks like some of those bike officers are trying to make a few arrests there. The crowd is now running further down the bridge. But you see the people watching from above up on the left. That is a pedestrian walkway where you can walk down the Brooklyn Bridge if you'd like to. These activists, these protesters have decided, no, we don't want to do that. We want to block traffic instead. So what you see, the officers in the neon shirts, those are bike officers obviously trying to either shoo them off of the bridge or start taking some folks into custody. And you can see they're trying to get away from those officers now. And Martha, we had the live shot earlier. Somebody had a Hezbollah flag walking around there. That is remarkable to see, a Hezbollah flag being paraded around the streets of Manhattan. That's not something I don't think anybody would expect to see.
Get the fuck out of here.
You know, when I was a little kid, I always thought of myself as a boy. But you learn really early on that someone like me is immediately going to be told they're a girl. So I learned to be quiet. I learned to stifle that part of me. And it was boxing that brought me back into my body, and it was boxing that allowed me to be proud of actually what I was physically able to do.
Soon after. Women.
This woman, okay, was actually a top female fighter before they transitioned. It wasn't just someone who's never boxed before. They was actually at not a bad level, and then they transitioned and gets knocked out within like 21 seconds by a club fighter. Like, you weren't fighting anyone good in the men's division. So obviously fair enough to actually be willing to get in there with a man, because that takes balls. But I mean, let's be honest, this shouldn't actually be sanctioned. It's actually dangerous. So they should make it illegal for the safety of women. So apparently, I don't know how true this is, but it says, how come I can't find a video of the fight? And then someone said they classified it as woman abuse and had it removed. And someone else said, no effing way, laugh my ass off, you can't make this up. Anyway, if anyone can find that, let me know, put that link down below, but I don't think it actually is anywhere on the internet. They quickly removed that, so yeah. Anyway, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, make sure you like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
75 years. That's how much time you get if you're lucky. 75 years, 75 winters, 75 springtimes, 75 summers, and 75 autumns. When you look at it like that, it's not a lot of time, is it? Don't waste them. Get your head out of the rat race and forget about the superficial things that preoccupy your existence and get back to what's important now. Right now, this very second. And I'm not saying drop everything and let the world come to a grinding halt. I'm saying that you can become a seeker. You can be loving more. You can be taking some chances. You can be living more. You can be spending more time with your family. You can be getting in touch with the part of you that lives instead of fears, the part of you that loves instead of hates.